Good evening, everyone. So I see some folks joining in. The number keeps rising as we let folks connect into their audio and video and connect to their Wi-Fi networks. So I will just kick us off here with some simple housekeeping reminders before we get started for tonight's event. And our university reps share a little bit more about their universities. So as a reminder, we will utilize the Q&A chat function of tonight's webinar. So if you have a question for either one specific university or a general question for one of our university representatives, please put those questions in the Q&A box throughout tonight's session. So it does not need to be during that individual rep. If you have a question at any time, please feel free to use that box. Your camera and microphone are off as this is a webinar, so our presenters will not be able to see or hear you. Just as a simple reminder to type in those questions. And if it's a more detailed question, you can always provide contact information or reach out to a representative after the event. And also as a reminder, signups are still available for the session after this, as well as the event tomorrow, which is going to showcase a few more institutions. And finally, a recording will be available a few days after the event concludes on the website that you registered for this event. So without further ado, I will pass it over to my colleagues and they will share a little bit more about their universities. And up first, we have Mackenzie from Blackburn College. Oh, you're on mute here.
Hi, there we go. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. I also have Noelia. She's over in the right-hand corner. There she is. She's waving. She also has my name for some reason, but she is going to be helping me out with this presentation tonight. So we do have a little PowerPoint here to share. We are Blackburn College, and we are located in Carlinville, Illinois, which is about an hour north of St. Louis and about 45 minutes from Springfield, Illinois. Our campus is located on 80 acres, 40 of which are academic and 40 which are athletic as well. We're actually a little bit smaller than a small college. We are a micro college with about 500 students, but that allows us to make our classes very personal and really lets students get to know their professors as well as the other students that they're working with as well. And because our students know our professors really well and our professors know our students, we actually have a 98% placement rate within 6 months of graduation, either into graduate school or into a job. So Blackburn actually has 30 majors to choose from, actually over 30 majors to choose from, anywhere from the natural sciences to social sciences to humanities. So we have a wide variety of majors to choose from. And our top majors are actually biology, business, psychology, and oh goodness, I am blanking on the fourth one. So I do apologize.
Justice Administration.
Thank you, Noelia. I'm blanking on that. And what actually makes us a really special school is our work program. So I'll go ahead and let Noelia talk a little bit about that.
So Blackburn is one of the 8 work colleges in the United States, and that means that every student that attends a work college has to have a job on campus, and in return for your work, you get a tuition credit discount. So you are being paid, you're just not seeing the money in your pocket. It goes straight to your tuition, which makes college more affordable. And what makes Blackburn stand out from the other work colleges is that we are the only one that has their work program led by our students. So it's our students that have a governing body for the work program. They are the ones overseeing the work of other students. They are the ones writing policy, dealing with time. They run payroll, they do discipline, they make sure that everybody is going to work. We have about, I would say, 2/3 of the people working on campus are actually students rather than staff. And the threefold goal for this is to learn, because you keep getting, or you get work experience and hand-on experience with the mixture of the academics and the work that you have to do on campus. Everybody contributes to a greater goal of the community that Blackburn is. And in return, you receive that $5,000 yearly towards your tuition. But on top of that, you get paid hours if you work more than the 160 per semester. And you obtain transferable skills that you can use in any job, no matter what your career is. Want to hop to the next slide, Mackenzie?
Yes.
Cool. The way you get into a job as an incoming student, you get to rate the 12 departments that we have from 1 to 12 where you would prefer to work and where you would rather not work. But after that, you get to apply to jobs on campus. So besides getting work experience and work ethic, you learn how to apply for jobs, go through an interview, and you get feedback after all of that as well. So you could spend your 4 years in one job, or you could jump around, try different jobs, find something that's more towards the career you want to take. So if you want to do something, let's say in PR, public relations, advertising, marketing, you could end up working in our marketing department in our PR office and getting some experience there.
All right, and our tuition and fees have not been updated yet. We are about $1,000 above what this says. However, this is what we had to work with today. But one thing that you'll really notice about Blackburn's costs is that this includes all of our fees and our tuition except for our books. So you're not going to be surprised with any other lab fees, parking fees, anything else that pops up at a lot of other schools with our costs. You'll also notice on our room, we have the little asterisk that it is double occupancy with air conditioning. You will see that we do have 2 dorms on campus without air conditioning, and it's actually $800 cheaper to live in the unair conditioned dorms. Another thing that Blackburn also offers is that we do have grants and scholarships. Our biggest scholarship is based on merit only. So we only require a GPA in order to get that scholarship. And because of everything that's happened with the pandemic this year, we have removed that test requirement. So all you need to do is submit your transcript and you'll get a scholarship based on your GPA. If you're curious on what you actually qualify for, you can go online to our website and actually fill out the scholarship calculator to find out how much you would qualify for. That is added on top of the $5,000 that you also receive for the tuition credit. So you receive a good chunk of money from Blackburn each year, 4 years here at Blackburn.
A little bit about campus life. We have 6 different dorms. 2 of them, Butler and Stoddard Hall, are our oldest buildings, and because of their historical value, they were built by our students. Those are the ones that don't have AC. The other 4 have AC, and 1 is all female, 1 is all male. We have a lot of activities going on campus, and our students actually are part in planning these activities through the Campus Activities Board. Our Student Senate funds our different clubs, and all our clubs are run by our students. And it's really easy to put together your own club. All you need is a group of people and fill out the paperwork for it.
We are a D3 institution in the fact of athletics. We do have most of your typical athletics with baseball and softball, basketball, cross country, soccer. We also have softball and volleyball on the female side, and we are adding women's bowling. So that's a unique little thing about Blackburn as well. What that honestly means with the DC or NCAA Division III is that we don't offer athletic scholarships. So all of that money that we could have is all rolled up into our merit-based scholarships that are based on your GPA.
If you are not an athlete like me, you might be interested in the arts or theater and music. We have a choir, we have a band and a chamber choir as well, which is mainly a cappella. That is the group that also does our traditional madrigals dinner in the fall semester. So that is a mixture of music and theater. We put on a huge dinner in our student center, and you get to act, you get to sing, you get to enjoy a meal with all a medieval's theme. But on top of that, we have a musical each spring, a play each fall, and then different plays directed by our students throughout the spring semester as well. And during the summer, we have summer repertoire theater, which is a mixture of the Carlinville community with our students that work on campus over the summer.
All right, we will pass it over to our next university at Wayne State University.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm actually setting a timer because I'm really bad with time. If you don't give me a time limit, I will run it all out. So I'm starting now so that we can be respectful of everyone's time. Good evening. My name is Erica Searcy. I am one of the admissions counselors at Wayne State University, and I'm joined by my colleague, although it says his name is Erica Searcy. We are not twins born with the same name. This is Nick Doyle. He'll be answering any questions you guys have in the chat. So without further ado, let me share my screen and we'll get going. So the building you see here is our oldest building. This was the founding building of Wayne State University. It's called Old Main. We love her. We were founded actually in 1868 as a medical college. Of course, 150 plus years later, we have grown to include 13 different schools and colleges, which I'll talk a little bit about briefly on the next slide. We are the third largest university in the state of Michigan. We're located right in the heart of downtown Detroit, about 4.5 hours from Chicago, if you're familiar, with the Chicago area. So pretty quick drive over. We're actually in the top 50 largest universities in the nation with 27,000 students, a 200-acre campus, and Michigan's most diverse campus, which we're very proud of and we think definitely adds to the experience and learning enrichment at Wayne State. You're going to be studying with students from 48 of the different 50 states and from 76 countries. So as I mentioned a moment ago, we have 13 schools and colleges, everything from our College of Fine, Performing and Communications Arts to our School of Business, our College of Engineering, College of Nursing, med school, law school, and beyond. We have over 350 academic majors or programs you can choose from. So I love to tell students, whether you know exactly what you want to do and make sure you look it up and make sure Wayne State offers it, or if you have no idea what you want to do like I did when I was going to school, it's great to go to a university that has a lot to offer because it gives you the opportunity to explore. We also have a student faculty ratio of 16:1. So your classes are still pretty manageable given the huge size of this campus. To give you a sense, if you're less familiar with Wayne State, of some of the programs that we are recognized for regionally and nationally, we are in the top 2 medical and law schools in the state of Michigan, top 20% of social work programs in the country, top 100 both most innovative schools as well as our fine arts programs. And we were also listed in 2019, I believe, as having one of the best business schools among Princeton Review. So one of the perks of being at a large university are opportunities for research, for professional development, for internships, for jobs, and you can achieve all of those things by doing research. Wayne State is a public research university, and we spend just around $260 million a year on research. So there really is an incredible amount of opportunities. You're located in a major city, so whether you want to study medicine, you're surrounded by all of the major hospitals. Whether you want to study business, we have so much at your fingertips being in an urban center. So another perk of Wayne State, something I particularly enjoyed, is all that you can do when you're not studying and in class, right? It's important to think about how you want to spend your time when you're not studying and when you're not in class taking notes and being a great student. We have over 500 different student organizations ranging from sororities, fraternities, religious groups, intramural sports. We have everything you can think of under the sun. I tell students we even have what's called Squirrel Club, where our students will go feed squirrels. So if you can think it, it probably exists. Not only that, but if you're a big sports fan or an athlete yourself, we are an NCAA Division II school offering 18 sports. We do have a Division I sport, and that is fencing. So if you are a fencer, this could be a great choice of school for you. And we do offer athletic scholarships. So I encourage college athletes to visit our athletic page to check those out. So we do offer housing on campus. We have 7 residence halls and apartment buildings, and find that about 3,500 students decide they do want to live on campus each year. Although for freshmen, it is not required to live on campus. And if you wish, freshmen can bring a car to campus. Some universities don't always allow that. So we have a lot of commuter students, students who stay on campus, or even students who decide to stay with family members close by as a way to maybe save in cost of housing, whatever makes sense for you. We want to encourage what's best for our students. So applying to Wayne State is a fairly simple process. You can literally sum it to these three action items that you see here. You want to apply by going to wayne.edu/apply, or you can always apply through our common application. Next, you want to make sure you submit your transcript. And in a normal year, we would ask for your test scores. This year, we did offer a test optional pathway that allowed you to skip this step. But in addition, you had to supply essays, a recommendation letter, and an activities form of all of your extracurriculars. So if folks are interested in applying this year, you have a choice. Next year, we still haven't made that decision yet, so we shall see. And that is the presentation. Thank you guys so much for hanging in. I felt like I was talking a mile a minute, but I appreciate you guys giving me the floor.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we will turn it over to our next presenter here. Wants to share their screen from the University of Arkansas.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Megan Garland, and I am an admissions counselor for the University of Arkansas. So excited to share a little bit about our university. We are the land-grant flagship university for the state of Arkansas. We're located in the northwest corner of the state in Fayetteville, Arkansas. So if you're not familiar with that area, we're actually the #4 place to live in the entire United States. So it's a really great place to come and do your college experience, a great place to call home. We're a quintessential college town, lots to do, lots going on in the area. We're actually in the top 25 outdoor colleges. If you're into hiking, biking, those sorts of things, doing a short drive from campus, there's things like the Buffalo National River, Beaver Lake, Devil's Den State Park. It's a great area to be in if you enjoy those outdoor opportunities. But a little bit more about our area, since I know y'all might not have ventured to Arkansas since y'all are in Illinois. So you can see there where we are located. And then so to get to us, we do have an airport in Fayetteville. So it's a direct flight from Chicago, if that's the easiest way to do it, or you can make the trek. You're looking at about 7 hours from Springfield and 10 hours from Chicago. But once you get here, there's, again, tons of things to do. Award-winning farmers market, Razorback Greenway, which is like dozens of miles of biking trails, award-winning art museum. It's a fantastic area. And if you didn't know, the reason that it's such a wonderful place to live, in addition to all of those things, is a little tiny company called Walmart. It was started over in Bentonville. It's about 30 minutes from our campus. Now, Bentonville is home to over 325 Fortune 500 companies and over 4,000 businesses, because Walmart requires every single retailer they work with have an office in the area. So what that would mean for you as a student is there are over 325 Fortune 500 companies where you can go and intern with them. You can have a job shadowing opportunity, networking opportunities. They will come to our campus and host job fairs. There's only one city in the world that matches our density of Fortune 500 companies. That city is New York City. So for you to be able to be in the middle of the Ozark Mountains and have the same types of opportunities you could have in the Big Apple, I think is one of the coolest and most unique things about our university. Now, of course, we do have a lot going on our campus as well. We have over 400 registered student organizations. That's going to range from anything from pre-professional societies, political, religious, cultural organizations. A couple of my personal favorite organizations on campus, we have the I Heart Dr. Pepper Club, and then there's an organization called Tour de Nugget. It's something that a student started where students will carpool around town to all the restaurants that serve chicken nuggets, and then they will battle it out bracket style to determine who serves the best chicken nuggets in town. So lots of fun things to do on our campus. We do have about 200 academic programs. 100 or so of those are undergraduate majors, so lots of things that you can choose. We're in the top 30 business schools in the country, top 10 architecture programs in the country. We also do have a nationally ranked engineering program. that offers 11 different disciplines of engineering. Now you can see we are a pretty large school. Just under 28,000 students was our record campus enrollment. And then as a D1 SEC school, of course, athletics are a big deal on our campus. We would encourage you to stock up on your red and white, learn to call the hogs, and then you would also get to participate in an $85 all-inclusive student athletic pass. It would get you into every single home game for every sport. You would get to participate in all those traditions of calling the hogs, the freshman pep rallies, and things like that. I want to make sure y'all know that we do offer something called the non-resident tuition award. So this is a great way to save money if you're coming from out of state. We do offer this up to 90%. So it's an up to 90% discount off of that additional out of state portion of tuition. For this year and next year, it is solely based on your GPA, no test score requirement. So if you have a 3.2, you'll get the 70%, a 3.4 will get you the 80%, and a 3.6 will get you the 90%. That's an award of about $15,000 a year. And that will be renewed every year you're a student with us. There's no application just for applying and being admitted to our university. If you meet that GPA requirement, you're going to get a really stellar scholarship to come to Arkansas. And of course, there are additional scholarships on top of that. So this is actually a picture of Kimberly Clark. She is our Illinois recruiter. She's actually based on the ground there in Chicago, but she just had a baby this week. And so she might be out of pocket as far as contacting her for the next couple of months. But you're welcome to jot down her contact information if you'd like to have it. Couple of important dates. If you're a junior, that application is going to open up for you over the summer. And then you're looking at a November 1st deadline for that application. If you're a senior, we are still accepting applications, okay? Our minimum admissions requirements for this year, we are test optional. So you can be admitted without a test score with a 3.2 GPA, or you can be admitted with a 3.0 and a 20 super score on the ACT or a 1030 super score on the SAT. For next year, as of right now, we are going to be requiring test scores for admissions purposes. But again, go ahead and apply this year if you're still looking at schools. You can be admitted without that score. You can also jot down my contact information if that's something that you're interested in having. I'm happy to help with any questions that you have. But thanks for listening. I hope you have a great day, and woo pig suey.
Thank you. And our next university up, we have a representative from Lawrence.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Jill Homerding, and I am the Chicagoland regional representative for Lawrence Technological University, or as we often say, Lawrence Tech or LTU. So you'll be hearing me use those names throughout the presentation as well. We're Lawrence Technological University, not Lawrence. They're in Wisconsin. We're Lawrence Technological University. So hopefully there's no confusion there. All right, so to start, Lawrence Tech is a small private university with a heavy focus on STEM, and Lawrence Tech is located in Southfield, Michigan, which is about 20 miles northwest of downtown Detroit and about 5 hours from the Chicagoland area. And Southfield is the nation's #1 region for engineering, architecture, and technology. Our size, I briefly mentioned that we're small, so to be more specific, we have about 2,000 undergraduate students, 11:1 is our student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is 15 students. Additionally, all of our courses are taught by faculty, so you'll have a teaching assistant, or excuse me, you'll never have a teaching assistant or graduate assistant. And then just a quick history lesson. We were founded in 1932 by the Lawrence brothers as a college of engineering. So our first campus was actually adjacent to the Henry Ford Model T plant. And so their idea was, workers could go work at the plant during the day and then come to school in the evening so that what they were learning in the classroom, they could actually apply that right on the job. And so that developed into a model that we still hold true to this day on our campus, and that is theory and practice. And so what do I mean by theory and practice? So what I mean is that our students are not only getting a base of theoretical knowledge to be successful, but then they're getting that hands-on education and experience from day one. They're getting in the studios and the labs freshman year, first semester, and jumping right in. We want to make sure that our students at the undergraduate level are having these opportunities and our freshmen right away. We want to make sure too that we're carrying out our motto of theory and practice in other ways, such as co-ops and internships, undergraduate research. And one of my favorite aspects about LTU is called LTU Zone. And so what LTU Zone is, it's a It's a laptop campus program that students are given. It's included in tuition, but it's not just any laptop. It's a high-end laptop loaded with industry standard software designed specifically for your majors. So because it's professional grade, it's the same as what companies are using. So you have a leg up when you're applying for internships or even jobs. You know, you don't have to be taught the software. You'll just be able to go jump right in, then they won't have to teach you. But this is something that is not required for you to have this laptop, but most of the students take advantage of this awesome program that we have. All right, so moving on to the fun stuff, campus life. We have a lot to offer on campus, even though we're a small institution. We have over 60 clubs and organizations, so there's always something to do on campus to get involved. You know, we do have Greek life, but no houses. So we have Greek life, cultural organizations, professional organizations, special interest groups. Another great way students can become involved on campus is by living on campus. We have 4 residential halls, but the one I like to focus on is our freshman dorm. It's brand new and it's a community style. And because of this, you know, we want you guys getting out of your room, using the lounges in the dorm, using the fitness center in the building, to, you know, make connections with the other students that you're living with in that same building. Another thing I do like to mention when talking about campus life is that anyone can have a car on campus, including freshmen, and parking is absolutely free. So for those of you that would want to bring a car, you certainly can. And for those of you that would choose not to, there is an Amtrak train that goes from various Chicagoland locations to the town right next door to us called Royal Oak. So a lot of our students from the Midwest do utilize that train to get back and forth. Additionally, in regards to athletics, you'll see we have over 30 men's and women's varsity teams. You can see the list on the screen. We're a part of the NAIA, and so essentially that's equivalent to NCAA Division III, but with NAIA, you can receive scholarship for your sport. I also always like to point out that this does include our marching band, drumline, dance, and color guard, so you can earn scholarship for those as well. If you're interested in playing a sport, you can go ahead to ltuathletics.com and fill out a recruitment form. All right, next up, where it says under your investment, this will go over tuition and fees real quick. You'll see that it varies based upon the college, and then of course adding in housing and a meal plan, you're looking at $45,000 to $47,000 a year. But this is what we like to call our sticker price. So what I mean by that is this does not include any scholarship opportunities or financial aid for students, and most of our students are receiving some form of aid. So to dive a little deeper into that, we do offer academic merit-based scholarships, which you'll see over in the blue box on the right-hand side of the screen. And we also have an out-of-state scholarship for all of you guys in the great state of Illinois with me. So essentially, if you're admitted, you'll receive this scholarship, which is $5,000 annually, and you can receive 2 from us. So if you receive this out-of-state, you would receive the out-of-state scholarship if you're admitted. You could stack that on top of the merit scholarship that you might receive. And then switching gears to the admission side of things, apply. We're on the Common App, but we also have our own application on our website. And we just need your high school transcript sent directly from your high school, and then a personal essay. If you're a senior in the audience, we are fully test optional this year, and we're going test optional for next year. So if you're a junior, we're doing that as well next year, but you can certainly send in your test score if you still want to. Just know that, you know, you're not going to be penalized if you do send it in, but again, we're not looking at that. So additionally, we are rolling admission. So, you know, we don't have a deadline, but apply as early as you can to secure your scholarships. And then on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see a list of our academic majors and our colleges. And then to wrap things up, you can visit in person or virtually. We are offering many virtual visits that we can specify to what you're looking for. Like we have, you know, ask a professor, ask a coach, where you can Zoom one-on-one with them. And then of course I've listed my contact information, so please feel free to reach out if you'd like. Thank you guys, have a good one.
Awesome, thank you so much. And we will pass it over to Kansas State.
Hi, thank you so much. All right, let me go ahead and start sharing my screen real quick. Give me a second. We know this always takes forever, but I hope everyone is having a great evening. Again, thanks for being here. Let's see. All right. Are you guys able to see my big screen or no? I don't think so. All right. Share screen. Having some technical difficulties here. All right, here we go. So yeah, Kansas State University, everyone. My name is Paloma Roman. I'm the Chicago Regional Rep for K-State. I graduated from K-State in May of 2019 with my degree in athletic training and a minor in kinesiology. I'm originally from Garden City, Kansas, but again, just moved to the Chicago area to get to know you guys a little bit better and get to learn more and recruit students from the area and surrounding states. But let's get started. All right, so if you're unfamiliar with Kansas State University, we are located in the heart of the country in Manhattan, Kansas, also known as the Little Apple. We have students from all over the 50 states, over 100 different countries as well. We have 22,000 students in our population, and we have an 18:1 student to faculty ratio. So just because there is a larger number doesn't mean that you will still get that individual, you will get that individual time with you. You'll get to know your professors, and most importantly, they'll get to know you. And we have a 97% job placement rate, and I will go in depth more about how our students and the services we provide contributes directly to that. But we have all these other fast facts you can check out. But in the city of Manhattan, we have a great community because a lot of our community supports K-State for football games or just homecoming or anything in general. But in Manhattan, some of my favorite things to do in my undergrad were getting to go to Bluestem, which is one of the coffee shops in our entertainment district, getting to go out to the Conza Prairie for some of them. I like the outdoors a little bit more, getting to go out to the lake, but also getting to cheer on our Big 12 Wildcats on game day. So we're part of the Big 12, a Division I school. But yeah, so there's so much to learn about K-State. On the other side of things, so hitting home on the academics, we have 9 different academic colleges: College of Agriculture, Architecture, Planning and Design, Arts and Sciences, Business Education, Engineering, Health and Human Sciences. And then we also have our Technology and Aviation, also known as our Polytechnic College, if you're interested in becoming a pilot. And then we also have our Vet Med School, if that's something that you're interested. But when I think about my experience, I'm so amazed at how much I learned and grew over the 4 different years. And then again, one of the most important parts was being in the classroom. And if you're unsure of what you want to do, we also have an opportunity for you, and that's to go in undecided. So you can really take the time to figure out what's going to be your best fit. But again, with all those different diverse disciplines, ranging from STEM to health to arts, anything in between, some of those are going to be ranked at the top of our top in the country. But yeah, so if you're interested in any of that, make sure you check out our website to dive a little bit deeper into that. And then on the other side of things, so we want our students to be successful inside and outside the classroom. We provide different resources like group tutoring, first-year programs, like our CAT communities, counseling services, university honors program, and then some other things as you see listed here. And then our Career Center hosts the largest career fair in the Big 12. So the conference spans over 3 different days, and during the school year, we have over 800 different employers that visit campus. But 97% again of our graduates are employed or pursuing further education with those 6 months. And that's because our students stand out. We have over 500 different clubs and organizations. Some of those are going to be based on academics, hobbies, leadership, sports. Some things like skydiving club. I know that scares a lot of moms. Harry Potter club, art club, leadership organizations like our Student Governing Association that gives students a voice at the table. Our K-State students are going to be well-rounded and again, stand apart from a crowd. And that's why I believe, and the university believes in investing in our student experience. And as a land-grant institution, we are focused on our undergraduate research opportunities and getting that hands-on experience, whether it's through an internship or that research. But across all different majors and academic colleges, students are getting the opportunity to get into the research lab and dive deeper into their fields. But yeah, so if you're considering K-State, and I hope you have after learning a little bit about us right now, you can go ahead and sign up for one of our visit experiences. We are hosting virtual or in-person visits, and you can sign up by going to this link right here, k-state.edu/admissions/visit. And if you're getting ready to take that next step and applying, we are rolling admissions and we are also test optional. And you can go ahead and apply on our native app or the Common App. You can check out our scholarships. We offer over $42 million every year in our scholarships. But again, I'm hoping you're considering connecting with K-State and making it that place you'll call home for your college experience. If you have any questions, you can connect with me, your regional rep, and you can email me at kstate9@k-state.edu, or you can call or text me at 785-532-1521, or you can set up a one-on-one with me. So maybe you want to dive a little bit deeper after this. You can go to my Calendly at calendly.com/meetarpaloma. But really excited to have spoken to all you. Let me know if there's anything I can do, and go Cats.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And just as a reminder, I see some questions coming into the Q&A box at the bottom. And if you have any specific questions for one of our universities or just a general question, please drop those into the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. And last but certainly not least, we have our colleagues from Penn State to finish up with our presentations for tonight.
All righty, how's everyone doing this evening? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen really quick. Can everyone see my screen? If I can ask Ms. Anna Fernandez, are we good?
We're good. You're all set.
All right. I'm going to start the timer as well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Edward Colon Sias Jr. I'm the Assistant Director of Multicultural Outreach at Penn State University, and I am joined with my wonderful colleague, Ms. Anna Fernandez. So I want to thank you for sharing your interest with Penn State today. So we're going to answer some questions for you in the chat as well. I'm going to just share a little bit of information about us. So at Penn State, we're number 54 in the world out of 18,000 by the Center for World University Rankings. Each of our academic colleges has a career service offices with dedicated staff to help you find the internship and help you opportunities to prepare for your career, such as resume workshops, mock interviews, career counseling, elevator pitches as well. And each year we have the largest career fair east of the Mississippi River, twice a year in the fall and one in the spring, that bring over 1,000 employees, including most of the top Fortune 500 companies in the nation look to hire Penn Staters, and companies like ExxonMobil, Apple, GM, IBM, just to name a few. Our graduation rate is 30, we have a 30% retention rate and graduation rate of 30% and a retention rate of 12%. And if you're interested in studying abroad, we have over 300 study abroad programs in 54 countries. And Penn State provides many options that really fit your academic needs, whether this be a week to study abroad, a semester, or even a summer. You really determine your future at Penn State. The 16-to-1 student-faculty ratio. So for 16-to-1, we have a 16-to-1 student-faculty ratio, but each of our professors are required to have a individual office hours. It really turns that 16-to-1 ratio to a one-on-one ratio. And if you're interested in research, we're an R1 university, which means we receive significant funding from the federal government, approximately about $900 million annually, to help with research. And this can be research in the lab if you're interested in conducting something like honeybee genetics, or even out of the lab research opportunities as well. And most of our academic colleges and all of our campuses offer research opportunities as well. So Penn State is also is part of a unique 20 campus system. And here's a map of the great state of Pennsylvania and of all of our locations, which are represented by either the monopoly houses or the little circles. So the monopoly houses really stand for campuses that have on-campus housing. The red housing, which you see the monopoly house in the middle of the state as well in the far northwest corner, that means freshmen are required to stay on campuses. And these campuses range inside from 500 students to up to 5,000 students, with main campus having over 46,000 students. And Penn State also offers a 2+2 plan where you can start out at any of one of these campuses and then finish at another. For example, say that you want to start at Penn State Harrisburg for 2 years, you can start there and finish up at University Park. So you're probably asking, why do students decide to start at one campus and end up at another? There are many reasons, anything from cost savings, ability to have a car on campus, which you cannot have at University Park, free parking, smaller class sizes, proximity to home, or proximity to a major city. Let's talk about 275 majors and 185 minors. So with all these, we offer 4-year degrees offering at all of our 20 undergraduate campuses. And so we have 13 academic colleges, including DUS. And DUS, you're probably asking, what's that? That's for undecided students. DUS stands for the Division of Undergraduate Studies, which really helps students explore different majors and really help you narrow down your interest until you finally declare a major at the end of your second year. And the cool thing about this great system, 95% of students that start out in DUS usually find a major and stick to it. So you want something to cheer about? How about join our intramural sports teams? We're a Division I Big Ten university and have 29 D1 sports, varsity athletics at our main campus, and over 75 competitive NCAA Division III teams at some of our Commonwealth campuses. So if you like to perform, we have theater companies, improv groups, musical ensembles. You're looking for people just to share your social interests. We have professional societies, special interest clubs, service groups, and social frats and sororities. So whatever you decide at Penn State, we have over 1,200 clubs and activities just to meet your needs. Cost here, we are obviously there's significant savings for our Penn State residents. So our non-residents, you can see it's about $47,000 a year versus a Commonwealth campus is about $34,000, $37,000. And really the difference in tuition is because it costs more to run a campus with 46,000 students compared to other smaller campuses. As you can see, there's significant cost savings at some of our Commonwealth campuses as well. And I am wrapping up on 55 seconds. So this is from Chicago University Park, just to give you an idea. Diversity and inclusion, Penn State was one of the first universities to include diversity, equity, inclusion in part of our strategic plan. We strive to foster an inclusive environment free of hate, harassment for all people. And we're proud to say we have one of the largest alumni association in the planet. 1 out of every 106 Americans with a college degree is a Penn Stater. So whenever you hear there's always going to be someone to say Penn State. And what you're looking at is our mission timeline here. And I think I have about 18 more seconds. I'm finishing up. Online application, we require a SWAR, which is self-reported academic report. SAT, ACT scores, we are test optional up to 2022. And this is just your middle 50% of your GPA requirements. So I just stopped my timer. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or my colleague, Ms. Anna Fernandez. And here's our email addresses. Thank you very much.
Thank you for our friends at Penn State. And I see some more questions coming in. So we have about 2 minutes left of our time together. So I will just ask our university reps to kind of hang on the line for about another minute or so and continue answering those questions from our students. And we will conclude tonight's webinar. And as you're answering those questions, I just have a few housekeeping reminders for our students before you log off. Again, there's another session after this and more sessions happening tomorrow night. And then we do have a survey that will pop up on your screen, a quick 4-question feedback survey from StriveScan that we encourage you all to take part in before you close your computer for the night. And simply a last reminder that your recordings will be available online within the next few days on the website that you registered for tonight's event, in case you want to go back and revisit some of the slides from one of tonight's presenters or get their contact information. Again, the Q&A button or portion of the Zoom webinar is still available for the next minute or so, and our representatives will be hanging out on the line to finish answering those questions, and then we will conclude tonight's webinar. And we are right on time. I see all of the questions have been answered. So I want to wish you all a great rest of your night and week, and stay safe out there. Thanks. Have a great night.